I know kungfu.
Exclusive expose.
Po is the adopted son of Mr. Ping and the famed dragon warrior of legend. His arrival was foretold in an ancient prophecy, which he fully embraced, despite not having any experience in martial arts. However, he was able to grow into his role and carried out his duty to the satisfaction of all those around him, almost as if all of this was predetermined. Nobody accepted him in the beginning, besides the geriatric tortoise. No one thought him capable of grandiose heroics described in the prophecies, and rightfully so. But because he was the chosen one, it didn't take him long to change the perceptions of his harshest critics. It's almost as if it doesn't matter how many mistakes you make as long as your path is set in stones. On paper, Po is less than impressive. By all accounts, he should have been disqualified from carrying the title of the Dragon Warrior before he even began. But none of it matters, because he was chosen by fate. Even if he fought against his own predetermined course, he was eventually going to slip into his role haphazardly because free will is an illusion. Free will just means we're free to be tormented by your own crippling existential dread. You can't outrun destiny. Our lives are but a conveyor belt guiding us towards a future that was predetermined by an unknown nebulous force. The only thing we could hope for is that we're also destined for greatness, much like Po. But we know that's not the case. And that's why many refuse to accept the concept of predestination. Because thinking that some perverse ethereal force is scripting every occurrence of us taking poops could drive us insane. Many of us aren't equipped to deal with the ramifications of such notion. Imagine if you were lactose intolerant or diabetic, just because someone wrote that into your character sheet like there's some kind of fun quirks or traits. Believing in destiny is a path to madness. We'd rather accept that we've carved our own path through life, one that includes losing hours on the weekend playing on our phones instead of completing chores or mending our relationships. The ones where we chose to live from paycheck to paycheck with no hopes of retirement. It's easier to stomach our irrelevance if we believe we've chosen to be insignificant and redundant, instead of being designed to be insignificant and redundant. It would be one thing if all of us were destined for greatness, but we're not so lucky. Most of us are meant to be bottom feeders who just meander through life without leaving any sort of mark. And that's fine. We need to be fine with this because the alternative is believing that I was meant to make this stupid video, and that you were meant to watch it up to this point, only to realize that none of this was ever about Po or Kung Fu Panda. That the creator of this content used tangential connection to a popular franchise to string the audience along so he could address his unresolved issues and his own place in life to complete strangers online. That would be silly. I'm a bargain bin cardigan sweater, and this has been another episode of Phaxclusive Expose. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more factual Phaxclusive Exposes. Have a wonderful Phaxclusive day.